Hey guys, this is Blue Eyes Master 91, and today I thought I would do a Red Eyes deck profile, so let's dive on into it. Alright, so first we have 3 copies of Red Eyes Black Dragon, followed by 3 copies of the Dark Magician. Rarities, card art, none of that really matters. I just kind of liked having the variety in this. There we go. That works. Next, we have 3 copies of the Blackstone of Legend. So when this card is normal summoned, you can send it to the graveyard to special summon out a Red Eyes monster, or if it's in the graveyard, you can add it to your hand and then send the Red Eyes into your deck and shuffle. You cannot select Red Eyes Black Chick, and you cannot use the second effect the same time it's sent to the graveyard. You can only use one of the effects per turn and only once that turn. So it is a hard once a turn effect, but it's 2 very, very good effects. Next, we have a single copy of Darkness Metal Dragon. Darkness Metal Dragon is in the deck because he's extremely easy to special summon, and his ability to re-summon dragons from the graveyard as well as special summon them from your hand is phenomenal. So he's in here just for those. He's also got 2,800 attack points, so he's very, very useful. Next, we have a single copy of Red Eyes Baby Dragon. When this card is destroyed by a battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck, and if you do, equip this card to it. It gains 300 attack if this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster. You can add 1 dragon monster from deck or graveyard to your hand. So he is a attack increaser and a card recycler. He's pretty useful to have in the deck. Next, we have a single copy of Red Eyes Alternative Black Dragon. Alternative Dragon, like with the Blue Eyes variant, cannot be normal summoned or set and must be special summoned from your hand by tributing a Red Eyes monster from your hand or field. You can only special summon 1 Alternative Black Dragon per turn this way. This card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can target 1 level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, except this card, special summon it, and if it was a original Red Eyes Black Dragon that was special summoned, its attack strength is doubled. So he is a special summon on top of a attack point double if you target the Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is an extremely easy thing to do in this deck build. Next, I do run a copy of Darkness Dragon. He's in here because while he's not extremely viable in the meta or at all, honestly, late game, if you can get him out, he can be a very, very big monster. So he's in here just for that or for discarding effects for Dragoon. Next, we have 2 copies of Red Eyes Wyvern. Wyvern's effect is once per turn during your end phase. You can banish this card from your grave, then target a Red Eyes monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. You cannot normal summon or set the turn you activate this effect. So you have to use this effect when you don't have anything in your hand, most likely because it locks you out of a normal summon and set. You can still special summon, but not being able to normal summon is the key in why you want to try to wait to use it. Next, I do have a copy of Apprentice Illusion Magician. She can be special summoned by discarding a card in your hand, and then you can add a Dark Magician to your hand. And then, during the damage calculations, if your other Dark Spellcaster monster battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or face up on the field or the graveyard. That monster you control gains 2,000 attack. So I was incorrect about this in the Dark Magician video. I initially said it was just light attribute. but that's just because I have a lot of decks that are light attributed. I never actually questioned the effect. Now that I'm rereading it, it is anytime it battles a monster. Does not matter what attribute. Next, I do have a single copy of Magician's Rod to add souls to hand. Or Magic Circle to hand, rather. Sorry. Aside from that, if you want to resummon him to your side of the field using a secondary effect, you can, but it's not really needed in this deck. But the adding the spell to your hand is extremely, extremely useful. Next, I do have a copy of Meteor Dragon, a copy of the Summon Skull, both of which are for fusion plays strictly, in all honesty. That's the only reason they're in here. Then I have 2 copies of the Magician of Faith to recycle spell cards. So that is it on the main monsters of the main deck. Don't know why I said that so odd. Let's dive into these spells of the deck. So for spells, I have a single copy of Eye of Timaeus. This is just useful to go into the various fusions in the deck for the Dark Magician. I do run a single copy of the Dark Paladin, and it can also be used to go into your copies of Dragoons. So you do have a couple of targets. I'm not sure how long I'm going to leave this in complete honesty, but I think it's really useful in the deck for the moment at least. Next, I have 3 copies of Red Eyes Insight. So, send 1 Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, add a Red Eyes spell or trap, spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except Red Eyes Insight. So, this is a really, really good searcher, so that way you can get your copies of Red Eyes Fusion. And I do run 3 copies. I don't think I really need to explain what Red Eyes Fusion does. It was running rampant in the meta for the last couple years prior to the new Destiny hero being released. I do have 2 copies of Infernal Fire Blast. Basically, this allows you to use a Red Eyes to inflict damage to your opponent's life points. It does not lock you out of battling that turn, so this allows you to inflict 2,400 points of damage, and then you can still go in to attack again if needed. It's honestly quite broken in this. Oh wait, no. The Red Eyes cannot attack that turn, so you can still attack with other monsters, but just not with your Red Eyes. Next is my single copy of Magician's Circle, just because why not? It lets you banish. I do have a copy of Feather Duster to take care of back row, a copy of Successor Soul for special summoning, Raigeki to take care of main monster zones on your opponent's side of the field, and the extra monster zone if they use it. I have a copy of Burial from the Different Dimension to return your copies of Red Eyes Wyvern. I have a copy of Called by the Grave. 1 copy of Pot of Avarice to recycle your deck. Copy of Dragon Shrine to kind of help to speed up the engine a little bit if needed. And then 1 copy of Monster Reborn to revive stuff. So that is it on the in the spells department. Let's dive into our traps. And I do run quite a few. So for trap cards, I have 3 copies of Red Eye Spirit. Red Eye Spirit is similar to Monster Reborn. It allows you to revive a Red Eyes monster from your graveyard, except Red Eyes Black Chick for whatever reason. Konami seems to really hate the fact that they made the Black Chick monster. I do have a copy of Eternal Souls to revive Dark Magician. I have a copy of Magician's Navigation, which is really, really useful. And then I have Dances with Beasts, just because. Dancing with Beasts, its effect is when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack while the combined total attack of all face-up monsters they control is 8,000 or higher, special summon 3 monsters with different names in attack position. 1 each from hand, deck, and graveyard. You can only activate this this effect once a turn. So it allows you to kind of reset your board if you have nothing on the field and it would end the game. So that is it for the main deck. Let's dive into the extra deck. And as I already showed, I do have 2 copies of Dragoon, just because he's really easy to pull off in this deck. I have a copy of the original Black Skull Dragon, just because I absolutely love the original Black Skull. I have a lot of really, really good memories of using this card back in the day. And this is my original copy of him from the Booster Pack Metal Raiders. Next, I have a copy of Meteor Black Dragon. And as I already showed again, a copy of Dark Paladin. He's really, really good in this deck because he can get very big very quickly if you have a lot of dragons in your grave. Next, I have 3 copies of Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, which can burn your opponent to death if you have all 3 on the board. I have a copy of Boral Sword. Can't be destroyed by battle. Can attack twice. And he's just really, really useful in the deck. 2 copies of Darkness Metal, the Dragon of Steel. Another link 4. You can target one monster your opponent. You can target one of your monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. Special summon that target to as when this card points to. In defense, its effects are negated. Also, you can have special summon link monsters for the rest of the turn. And the summon monster is placed at the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Darkness Metal, Dragon of Dark Steel once per turn. He's really useful in just recycling. You could actually probably resummon out Dragoon with his effect if you really wanted to, but it's really not needed. Next, we have a copy of Verte. I'm sure everyone knew that was going to happen, and a copy of Linkuriboh. So that is it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the video, and I will catch you guys in the next video.